Hello Power Rangers Lightning Collection fans, and welcome to this little special extra episode of Lightning Storm. Today I wanted to take a look at what I think the Lightning Collection could do in 2021. Now this is all going to be speculation, just a fun little discussion video of what I think they could do based off of reusing figures, reusing molds, and just kind of following the patterns of store exclusives and things like that we've gotten in the past. So let's go ahead and dive right on into that. So first off, I wanted to talk about what we actually know for 2021. Now for 2021, all we know for sure right now is we have Wave 8's codes and Wave 9's codes. And thanks to my sources and the codes themselves and a bunch of other stuff, we do know that Wave 8 is going to be Lost Galaxy Red, Dino Thunder Blue, SPD Pink, and Zeo Green. And then we know that at least half of Wave 9 is going to be SPD Green and Lost Galaxy Blue, with the other codes pointing to a possible maybe Zeo Yellow, if that's what Tanga means, and maybe Metallic Armor MMPR Black, if that's what Mars Atom means. But besides that, we don't have any idea of what they could be doing in 2021. So those are we know. Everything else I'm about to talk about is just guessing. So the first thing I thought of was maybe a potential versus 2-pack Wave 2. And I think a perfect candidate for that would be an In Space Silver versus Psycho Silver 2-pack. Now the reason why I think that's perfect is because we already have the In Space male mold, now that we have In Space Red, and of course we've been using the Psycho male mold to nauseam at this point. And there's really only one figure left that they can use that mold for, Psycho Silver. And then if you repaint In Space Red to be silver and change the helmet a little bit, you can just make one Zane head to use for both figures, and you have a pretty good figure set right there. So I feel, and of course they're not really a good candidate for versus since they're the same character and they never fight each other. However, we've gotten a versus pack before that doesn't make sense with the Fighting Spirit Green versus Putty 2-pack, so who's to say they wouldn't do something like this? Now another potential candidate that I think is a lot more likely for a potential versus 2-pack, the SPD Yellow A Squad versus B Squad Ranger, very similar to the blue one, but just yellow. Now a reason why I think that this would make a lot of sense is we already have the SPD female mold from SPD Pink in Wave 8, and then we of course would already have the male mold from the A Squad from the Blue Squad 2-pack. So a reason why I also think this makes sense is because thanks to the listings that we have, we know we're getting SPD Green, we know that we're getting SPD Pink, you add those to SPD Red, Blue, Shadow, and Omega, and all we would need would be Yellow to finish out the core main 6. And since we don't have a listing for her yet, she could, I guess, be in Wave 10 or something like that. But I feel like this would make a lot of sense too, get another 2-pack out there, and I feel like that would do pretty well. Unfortunately, this leads me to what I think will be my Amazon prediction for the year. I think that we will in the summer get a 5-pack, a team pack again, just like the Psychos. And this time I have a feeling that it could possibly be something like an A Squad 2-pack, 5-pack, not 2-pack. As much as I don't want that to be the case because I hated that they made us double dip on the Psychos, I feel like they're definitely going to make us double dip on the A Squad. I feel like the only way you're going to be able to get an A Squad Red, especially since it's a female character, could be in an Amazon 5-pack like that, where they would re-release any potential A Squads they've done at that point. So while I'm still really excited for the SPD Blue 2-pack, in my back of my mind I'm like, yeah, but I'm probably going to have to buy that A Squad figure again in the next couple of months anyway. But speaking of figures that would be new molds, because of course we're going to get a couple new molds next year, I'm sure, every year we have, and that I think would come from a potential Monsters Wave 2. I feel like Monsters Wave 2 is almost, I feel like a shoo-in, almost a guarantee for it would be Pudgy Pig. He's one of the most popular villains and monsters from Mighty Morphin, and I'm shocked he wasn't in something like the first wave. I mean, King Sphinx was a good choice, but especially after GameStop a couple years ago had those Pumpkin Wrapper and Pudgy Pig Funko Pops, it was kind of surprising they didn't just pick the two of them to be their first wave lineup. So I think if they do a second wave of monsters, Pudgy Pig would be a perfect figure for them to do. And then maybe they could do something like Bones or Piranha's Head, or maybe, just maybe, they could do a monster from another season. That would be fantastic too. I like Mighty Morphin as much as the next guy, but I would love to see villains from all the other seasons because that would be amazing. Now I'm just going to kind of rapid fire off some potential store exclusives here. So I thought for Walgreens a pretty good idea would be Quantum Ranger. The reason why I think that is because Quantum Ranger is the only 6th Ranger that we do not have from a team where we have the Red Ranger. Every team that we had the Red for, we have the 6th for. And Dino Thunder last year, we got the 6th Ranger, Dino Thunder White, as a Walgreens exclusive, and I feel like that was a pretty good choice. So I feel like Quantum would be a pretty good choice for a Walgreens exclusive. next year. Also, it would be a pretty good way to reuse the majority of the Time Force Red mold from Wave 5. And of course you'd have new parts about it, but that would be a really good starting ground. And I feel like that'd be a really good store exclusive. Or if they wanted to put them in a wave, that'd be fantastic too. Target exclusive, as much as I dislike when anything gets announced as a Target exclusive, since Target has gotten both Dino Charge Black this year and the Spectrum boxes, you know they're going to get 2021 exclusives. I feel like they can maybe continue the Dino Charge trend. There's still so many different figures that they can make with that male mold. You can do Dino Charge Blue, Green, Aqua, Graphite, Male Purple, Silver. Dark Ranger can kind of come from that. You can use that mold so many more times, and any one of those would be a perfect candidate for a Target exclusive or a wave as well. Now for a Walmart exclusive, I was thinking maybe we could get In Space Black, which should have been that BLM Mars code that was in the Wave 7 codes that didn't end up happening. Now just recently, which I'm going to discuss in Lightning Storm this week, the page on Walmart.com for BLM Mars actually unlocked. It didn't show it being In Space Black, but now it actually is a clickable page instead of just erroring out like it usually did. So I feel like it's very possible that even though that figure was maybe supposed to come out this year, it just got pushed to next year. Doesn't mean it's a store exclusive, but since I kind of in my mind attach it to Walmart all the time now, my mind just makes it think like, oh, that would be a perfect Walmart exclusive. It could totally not be, being a wave, but I feel like maybe they could do that. Now to finish off the exclusives and talking about figures in general, I'm going to give my predictions for potential Wave 10 and 11 candidates and all the conventions. So of course conventions maybe will happen in 2021 if the world can get back together. And we should have SDCC and PMC. So I feel like we're going to get exclusives for both of them. Now I think that the SDCC exclusive will be comic related in some way. I think we have two big candidates that we could be getting here this time. I think they're pretty obvious too. I think the first one would be Ranger Slayer's new form from her standalone comic that we just had, and from the Draken and New Dawn comic that we just had. I feel like that's almost a perfect candidate for a convention exclusive, especially for Comic-Con. Another one which I really want them to make, I just really don't want it to be a convention exclusive because it would make it harder to get, but an Omega Ranger 3-pack. That's gotta happen, right? They're now the headliners of the new Power Rangers comic series, and they are some of the coolest designs that are exclusive to the comics. And they're Mighty Morphin characters, they're Jason, Zack, and Trini. So it would make a lot of sense for them to do an Omega Ranger 3-pack. I would love that. Of course, if they did a 4-pack and gave us the blue Omega Ranger too, that'd be really cool. But I would love to see Omega Rangers, at least one of them. They've got to get like Omega Red or something, right? In 2021, but I feel like a 3-pack would be a perfect convention exclusive like that. Now for Power Morphicon, I feel like Power Morphicon could give us a relatively obscure release, because since Power Morphicon is specifically tailored for Power Rangers fans, I feel like that'd be a really good idea for them to do some kind of really obscure thing, but still using old molds and new molds. So this is going to be another kind of start to a season I could maybe see. I feel like it would be a really interesting idea if they did something obscure like SPD Orange Ranger and the Red Ninja Steel Ranger, specifically the Mick one. So basically a Kelson Henderson 2-pack. I think that would make a lot of sense because not only do we have the male SPD mold, we have the male In Space mold. So that would just be basically a repaint of those two things together, putting, to make SPD Orange. And then if you make a Ninja Steel body, specifically the red one and specifically the male one, well, that gives you 3 different potential red options, and it can be used later on for Ninja Steel Yellow and Blue, especially which would go well with Dino Charge Blue in maybe 2022 or something. So it'd be a good way to kind of slowly start a team, use old pieces, make an obscure release for a Power Rangers convention. I just feel like that's a perfect idea. Or they could do another big fan favorite or something at Power Morphicon. But I feel like Power Morphicon and SDCC have the potentials to have really cool exclusives next year. I just hope that they're better than Lord Draken Evolution 3 from 2020, which wasn't bad, it was just extremely overpriced. So hopefully they can maybe balance it out a little bit more and give us a little bit more, like a 2-pack or a 3-pack instead of just one figure loaded with a bunch of frivolous accessories so they can jack the price up. That's all I had for figure exclusives. Wave 10 and 11 will probably be happening in 2021 as well. If we're going to get Wave 8 around March probably, Wave 9 around June probably, then we probably get Waves 10 and 11 in like September and December if we follow the Wave 4, 5, 6, 7 release pattern from 2020. Now I don't have any specific possible candidates for Wave 10 and 11. I think really our ideas could just be candidates from all the seasons we haven't finished by that point. So Zeo Pink and like the Lost Galaxy females, Lost Galaxy Green, the In Space ones that we don't have, so In Space Blue and In Space Pink and all that stuff. All basically everyone we don't have from all the core teams that we've started and that we're going to be furthering through the year. I think 10 and 11 would be perfect candidates for that. We also could get more Dino Charge Rangers, stuff like that. They could maybe start new teams. I think it would be a cool idea if they could maybe start and do like Turbo Red or something, and then maybe in the same wave with In Space Blue. So you have a Tommy head and a TJ head in the same wave that you can use on Turbo Red. Of course, Dino Thunder Black and Dino Thunder Yellow. I would love to see those happen. I think Black is more likely than Yellow because Black is a Tommy form, although I really need a Kira figure. I need them to complete that whole team. It's my favorite season, and I really want it to happen. So I feel like 2021 could have a lot of really cool candidates for the figures. So once again, everything I said in this video, except for the Wave 8 and Wave 9 stuff at the beginning, is all just complete speculation based off of what they could do with what we have, and just kind of thinking, like, if I was Hasbro's decision makers, what would they be doing or thinking that they could pull off very easily in 2021. Now, of course, I could be completely surprised. Some of this could be right, a lot of it could be right, a lot of it could be wrong, all of it could be wrong. I mean, I would venture to guess at least some of that stuff has got to be close to right? There's only so many things they could do. So, and I know they're going to want to reuse molds and do repaints. So that's all I had for today. This was just a fun little speculation video. It was something I had in the back of my mind for months actually, but I kind of wanted to wait it until we got closer to the end of the year, so that way they wouldn't really have a lot more to like drop in 2020. And we'd be kind of focusing now on the 2021 stuff, which 2020 is basically done for Lightning Collection as far as I know. So, but of course you guys can check out all the other videos I posted on the channel this week. It's been a pretty busy week. I uploaded a video about 4chan, I uploaded an unboxing of the Z-Putty. If the monsters came, then you're seeing this video either before the monster review or the day after the monster review. One of those two. I'm recording this before I get the monsters, so it's possible I have them by the time you're seeing this or not. I don't know, but that will be on the channel. And then of course Lightning Storm will be happening this Saturday as well. And of course make sure you guys check out Lightning Library too. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe so you can see more Lightning Collection stuff. We're trying to hit 3K by the end of the year. I think that'd be really cool. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, 2 different places, at LightningFigPR for strictly Lightning Collection stuff, and at Living Ranger Key for my personal accounts where you can see all my Twitter fleets, which is a thing that they're doing now. And until next time everyone, I'll see you on Lightning Storm where lightning always strikes twice.